ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Eagles going up against the Falcons. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are just off of Centennial Olympic Park Drive at the home of the Falcons since 1992. It's the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. For the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Ryan looking deep downfield, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to take another shot here. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. A gain of 3, second down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On On second down, here's Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Play action to Sproles. Wentz. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's brought down after a good game.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Wentz will try again on second down. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll run it here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. Now Ryan Matthews on 3rd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That was a big-time stop on 3rd down. Offensively, you'd love to tie the game up here, but 3 points might not be a disappointment.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they'll take over with the ball 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this Falcons offense. And, you know, it was interesting reading some articles after their last game, the win over Green Bay, how big that win was. Because last year, you remember, they started out hot, went into a tailspin. Could that have led to the same thing in 2016?
They were 5-0 in 2015 and finished up 8-8. So you're right about the tailspin. Dan Quinn, the head coach, has said this team is not like last year's, and he never lost confidence. But to your point, they had lost 2 tight ones prior to the Green Bay win. If they had lost a 3rd, then everyone would have been asking the question, and we would have seen how Atlanta would have had to handle that.
Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's brought down after a good game.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch it.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, while we have a second, I have to ask you, what you dress for Halloween?
That was tough. I had to try and narrow it down because there's so many different great options. So finally I decided to just go as your bodyguard. I thought that would be kind of cool.
That's funny because I was going to say I went as Charles Davis. Some guys in the league, though, they got into the act, didn't they?
Yeah, he certainly did. We saw Richard Sherman at a press conference last week, and he revealed that his wizardry is not just on the field, it's off the field. And I had a chance to talk to Cam Jordan of the Saints and asked him about that. And he said he had it narrowed down to 2 different superheroes that he was going to wear for Halloween because the kids wanted him to.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on
Sproles lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. A great read. And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is incomplete. Well, Charles, one bit of news that caught us by surprise. Andre Johnson on Halloween announcing his retirement. He finishes, what a career, over 14,000 yards and 70 touchdown receptions.
And he did most Texans, and I think that's how he'll be best remembered. I still remember him being back in college at the University of Miami. You're like, that is a man among boys on the college level, and he played so well in the NFL. And to me, it's fitting that he's going out now because he doesn't believe he'll get back to that form that he showed when he first hit the league, going out with class.
When he first hit the league in 03, 35 years old. Now Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Well, while we have a moment, I got to tell the people what you were ribbing me about before the game, and that was my Super Bowl picks.
I didn't tell you to do that.
We're halfway through the season, but I had picked preseason Carolina and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 4-3, but Carolina 2-5.
Yeah, I love the way that you just gave yourself up like that. I wasn't going to do that. But look, they're not out of it yet. The NFC South and Carolina, remember, they're used to getting on big runs, and they had a big win last week against Arizona. For me, I had Green Bay and New England. New England's looking real strong. Green Bay struggling with injuries. And Minnesota, they're the team to beat in the NFC North right now.
I really picked New England and Dallas. It just came out wrong.
I got you.
Wentz now on first down. Ertz over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. On
second down, here's Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 8 yards out. And the Eagles are back within a score. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the up.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 57 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Here's Ryan. And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. Give me side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Shift together here from the D-line. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run here with Freeman. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One of the tight ends comes in motion. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He lost 6 there on the first down.